Let us start with our new chapter, students, that is motion in a plane or motion in two dimensions. What do you mean by motion in two dimensions? We have studied in the previous chapter the motion in a straight line. It is considered as positive direction and it is considered as negative direction. But when we talk about two axes, that is motion in a plane, and when we talk about three axes, that is x, y and z, then we talk about the space, or you can say three dimension, and this is as two dimension. When we are studying two dimension and three dimension, in that case there arises a problem before us that we consider it as positive direction or negative direction. If the event is here, then the direction along x-axis is what, along y-axis is what, and how we can explain this event in terms of its axis, in terms of its direction. So to explain all these terms, we require a term to study, that is the vector. What is vector and how vector is beneficial to us, which can be studied with the help of a vector. Now what do you mean by a quantity vector and a scalar quantity? In class 9th, dear students, you have studied about the scalar quantity. Suppose you have the distance traveled by an object is 20 meter. Here this numerical value, this 20 meter, is known as magnitude, and the magnitude is the scalar quantity. The magnitude is known as scalar quantity, the quantity which is having only the magnitude. But if I give this direction 20 meter in north, you have specified the direction. In that case, this scalar quantity with direction becomes a vector quantity. You have studied this term in 9th class, but here one more extra point is to be added to the definition of vector. What is a vector? The quantity vector is a quantity which have magnitude plus direction and one most important thing, and should follow vector rules or vector laws of addition and multiplication. So only those quantities are said to be vector if they are having magnitude, they are having direction and following the vector laws. Here is the question, what do you mean by vector laws? Let us understand with the help of an example. Suppose I ask you, one container is having 2 kilograms of salt and another is having 3 kilograms of salt. What is the total amount of salt? That is 5 kilograms. That is the simple addition. But if I told you here 3 Newton force is applied and 2 Newton force is applied in this direction, in this case you cannot say that the force is 5 Newton because they are acting in different directions. So you cannot add this. It means this term, if you are writing 5 Newton, it means it is not following the vector rules. Another thing, vector division is not possible. A divided by B is not possible. You can say no. But if you write A divided by 3, you can write it as 1 by 3 multiplied by vector A. You can write it like this. This is possible. Yes. So those quantities which are following the vector laws is known as vector quantity, and those quantities which are not following the vector laws are not vector quantities, whether they are having magnitude as well as direction. Having the magnitude and direction as well and still not obeying the vector laws is not known as a vector quantity. So next we will discuss about the vector, you can say how the vector can be represented. Representation of a vector, you will note it down first. And one more thing, current. Talk about current, whether current is a scalar quantity or a vector quantity. Current is having direction, current is moving from positive terminal to negative terminal, but it is having direction, but current is a scalar quantity. Why current is a scalar quantity? Current is having magnitude, current is having direction, but it is not obeying vector laws. How? Suppose this is the junction, this current I1 is, or you can say 3 ampere is leaving the junction, 2 ampere is entering the junction, 2 ampere is again leaving the junction, 1 ampere is leaving the junction, and 2 ampere is entering inside the junction. What is the total current? Outside current 3, inside current 2, exit. This is outside current minus 2, this is outside current minus 1, and this is entering plus 2. Minus 3 minus 5 minus 6 plus 4. This is minus 2 ampere. This is the total current at the junction, leaving the current 2 ampere. So you are solving it by simple algebra. You are not obeying any direction rule, and I have told you earlier in class 10 that the entering current are considered to be plus sign with plus sign, and the outgoing current are taken to be with minus sign. So you can say current appears to be a vector quantity, but it is not a vector quantity. Current is a scalar quantity because it is having magnitude and direction, but it is not obeying the vector rules. Students, I hope now this point, how we can define vector, can be understood by you properly. Now we will discuss about the representation of a vector. Representation of a vector. Suppose we assume that 1 centimeter is equal to 10 kilometer, and any object is moving from point A to point B, and this value is 5 centimeter. So 5 centimeter will be equal to 50 kilometer. So this length AB, this is representing vector AB from A to B, and this length is 50 kilometer. This length AB is representing the magnitude of vector. This arrow, this is the head and this is the tail. This head of arrow represent its direction and it is written as vector AB. This is the exact notation of a vector. Note it down, and after that we will study the types of vectors. Now the position vector and displacement vector. What do you mean by position vector and displacement vector? First, I will discuss the position vector. Position vector is what? Suppose the event is in the xy plane. This point O is the origin and the object is at point A. Here this OA is known as the position vector. Now what is the definition of the position vector? The definition is a vector which gives position of an object, a vector which gives position of an object with respect to origin is known as position vector. Now the displacement vector. Displacement vector. First, how can we represent? Again, consider the object in xy plane. O is the origin and initially the object is at point A, and let us consider the distance is the position vector is x1, and after a small instant of time the object is at position B, and now consider the position vector is x2. What is the change in the position of the object? The change in position is AB. This AB vector is its displacement vector. Now how you can define the displacement vector? The displacement vector is the change in the position of the object from one point to the another point in a given instant of time. And let us consider this change is delta x in time, small time delta t. Here the time is t2 and change in time is delta t. For the calculation, how you will calculate the displacement vector? Here we take the position vectors which are in order on one side and the opposite side on the another side. So this is OA, this is in order, and then AB plus AB is equal to the opposite side, this is OB. This one is x1 plus delta x plus x2. To find the value of delta x, this is x2 minus x1. This is displacement vector, and displacement vector is equal to the change in position of the object, and this change in position is what? This is the final position minus initial position. Got it? Now write the definition. Displacement vector. It is the vector which represent the change in position of an object with respect to origin in a given time interval. Got it? The displacement and position vector. So note it down. Now let us discuss the types of vectors. What are different types of vectors? So first one is the polar vector, then axial vector, equal vectors, negative vector, fixed vector and free vector. How we will define these vectors? So what do you mean by polar vector? A vector which has its fixed initial point. Fixed initial point is known as polar vector. Example is position vector, because you start the position vector from the origin itself. This is O, this is P. This is a polar vector. Okay. The next one is the axial vector. Axial vector, what is this? This is not having its fixed initial point. It may have the starting point anywhere else. So the vector not having fixed initial point. How is this? Suppose you are having a cardboard, make a hole in the center and pass one axis. This is the axis of rotation. You may give it the anti-clockwise rotation or you may give it clockwise rotation. When it will rotate along the anti-clockwise or clockwise rotation, then you may start the vector from any point. So this type of vector which is not having its initial point is known as the axial vector. Then next one is equal vectors. The vectors having same magnitude and same direction. So these are known as equal vectors. Example are vector A and vector B. Both are in the same direction, both are having same magnitude. So vector A is equal to vector B. So these are equal vectors. Got it? If their direction is opposite, anyone is having its opposite direction, then they are not considered to be equal vectors. Then negative vector. What is negative vector? The vector having opposite direction. Their magnitude is equal, opposite direction, but equal in magnitude. How it is this? For example, vector A is equal to vector B, and you can write it as vector A minus vector B is equal to 0. Here vector B, here this vector B is the negative vector of A. Here vector B is the negative vector of A. This is known as the negative vector. How you will represent this? This is vector A and this is vector B. Vector B is equal in magnitude but opposite in direction. Okay. Next one is the fixed vector. What is fixed vector? The vector which is having its initial point fixed, or you can say which is fixed at a point. Suppose you are considering this O point and the vector is rotating, you can say, or moving along only this point. So position vector is the example of fixed vector. The vector having fixed origin is known as fixed vector. It is somewhat similar to the polar vector, and first note it down, then we will discuss the next points. Next one is free vector. Before free vector, we have studied the localized vector, or you can say fixed vector. So free vector is what? The vector which is not having its fixed initial point. For example, the velocity vector, when your observation starts, the vector starts from there. For example, the velocity vector. The next is, these vectors are also known as non-localized vector. Non-localized means they are not revolving around a fixed point. Their free point may be anywhere else where our observation starts. Then collinear vectors. What are collinear vectors? The vectors which are lying in one line. This vector A and vector B, vector C. Here the vectors lying in same line are known as collinear vector. Here vector A and vector B are collinear. Their direction may be equal or opposite. These are equal collinear vectors. If it is like this, vector A and vector B, then these are negative collinear vectors. And next one is co-initial vector. Co-initial vectors, as its name suggests, co-initial. It means the vectors which are starting from the same point. The vectors starting from the same initial point. Same initial point are known as co-initial vector. For example, you can represent it like this. This is x-axis, y-axis, vector A. This is vector B, position vector C. Here, vector A, B, C are co-initial vectors. These vectors, these terms are going to be used in our further topics, and in the next video we are going to discuss about the unit vector. Now, and you people note it down and ask the queries to me by phone call or by personal SMS.